In this video, we'll look at how you can plug in some of the components from your kit into your MakerBoard. The MakerBoard has a number of ports that are marked. Some of them have numbers and others have letters, and some of them have plus and minus symbols. The numbered ports are the ones that you'll address in your code. And at the top row of MakerBoard, there's a second row of ports that's marked ground, and all of those ports are interchangeable, meaning that if you need to plug a pin into a ground port, you can plug it into any ground port and it will work. Now let's look at how you might plug in a red LED. If you want to plug it into port 2, you plug the longer leg into the port that's marked 2, and the shorter leg can go into any ground port. I find it's easier to plug in an LED diagonally, and that makes a better connection. Now let's look at how you would plug in the speaker. The speaker has reversible pins, as you'll see on your component card, and so it doesn't matter which pin goes into the numbered port and which pin goes into ground. The pins of the speaker do not bend, so make sure that it stays straight up. Next, we'll plug in the multicolor or RGB LED. This is probably the most difficult component to plug in because it has 4 legs. The longest leg is the ground leg, and the 3 shorter legs go into digital or analog ports. The way I like to do this is to get the longest leg slightly into a ground port so that I can wiggle the LED and line up the other 3 legs before I slide them in to their digital or analog ports. Finally, we'll look at the sound sensor. The sound sensor board has markings on itself, so you need to line up the plus marking on the sound sensor board to the plus marking on the MakerBoard ports. That's an overview of how to plug in your components to your MakerBoard ports and get them to interact with your code.